Hey, what's up, everyone? Mark Carson here, and today we're taking a look at Carson Beck's throwing mechanics. He is the quarterback for Miami. He used to be the quarterback for Georgia. And I mean, what really stands out when you watch this video, this is from him against Notre Dame in the first game of the season, is just how good he does of just kind of managing the game. He is so valuable as a quarterback, and I think somebody that can be very easily overlooked because he doesn't do anything special. Here's an example where it looks like they're setting up in like a man coverage here, and that's really what they did pretty much the whole time. Stayed pretty consistent with bringing pressure. Didn't like the front side, works backside, doesn't get panicked at all, delivers a throw, gets a first down. And, that's really what we saw the whole time. He's a big reason why Notre Dame won the whole, or sorry, why Miami beat Notre Dame in week one. Here he sees the corner, gave the receiver the top, a lot of space, and catches the ball, delivers the ball right where it needs to be, gets an either easy 5 yards. Nothing like crazy with any of the plays. I mean, there's one where he did a good job kind of setting his feet. Here he does a good job again, finding the open guy, 8 yards. And I wouldn't be surprised if Notre Dame ends up being one of the top defenses in the country as we get to later on in the season. Because, I mean, they have a consistently great pass rush. They cover well. They don't have a lot of openings. I just think Carson Beck did a good job of finding a lot of these open receivers very, very consistently. Here he saw the man coverage, identified the man coverage, knew he had a bit of a mismatch here. Again, took his time, looked out the safety, delivered a good throw. Here's a good one where you see him set up. This is like his one, like probably his best throw of the night, best play of the night, and very overlooked just because, I mean, has a little bit of pressure coming from the left and feels that, moves out to the side, flips his hips quickly, and throws a probably 40-yard pass. Not a great throw, not a great placement of the throw, a little bit underthrown, but is in a place where the receiver can come back to it, make the play, score the touchdown. And yeah, I mean, nothing over the top here, other than being able to stay in the pocket, other than being able to work from one side of the field to the other side of the field very easily, other than being able to identify the coverage well and see what's going on within the defense and be able to make a firm decision and a correct decision. And the reason I like this breakdown is because it kind of shows from a quarterback perspective the other side of what ends up being. This isn't a ton about, his mechanics. I will go into the mechanics here on this throw, but it's a lot about, as a quarterback, that other level is identifying the defense, being able to decide, where the read's going to be, who the read's going to be, and then make the decision accordingly, which just means once you see that it's a certain coverage, let's say it's cover 2, then we know that if you're reading the flat defender, that's going to be the corner. If it's cover 3, we know the flat defender is going to be the outside linebacker. So based off of who is the flat defender, who's the guy that we're reading, we want to be able to make a decision based off what he does. Does he stay inside? Does he go outside? Does he drop with the corner route, so then you throw the hitch if it's cover 2, or does he stay on the hitch and then you throw the corner route? But being able to make that decision very, very quickly, though, is what he does very well. Here's an example where he sees very quick man coverage. Again, likes the mismatch, likes number 10 as a receiver to be able to beat man. And here he's feeling the rush, though, right? That's why I think Notre Dame's going to be really good. They have a great ability to put consistent pressure on the quarterback. And Miami just did a really good job responding. Carson Beck did a really good job of responding because it's hard to be able to throw off a quarterback like him because he's had a lot more experience. He was at Georgia, and I'm sure they put a big emphasis on it there. And so he wasn't caught off guard by not having a lot of time to throw the football. He also wasn't caught off guard by running straight man coverage against him or running a lot of man coverage against him. Here we see he's loaded about 0.61, right? You could even call it maybe 5'9", 5'8", somewhere in there, but he gets the ball out by 8.6, kind of 8.8, somewhere there. So under 0.3 seconds to me would be how long it took him to get the ball out of his hands, which is very impressive as a quarterback to be able to be very quick with the throw still. I mean, it was a little bit behind him, but under a lot of pressure there and was able to connect. Big first down and was able to continue the drive. They ended up scoring on this drive. This was a play that ended up being a highlight where it's like, just kind of threw it up here. Definitely got bailed out by his receiver, just threw it up. But It happens, you know. Sometimes that's what you got to do. Just give your receiver a chance. It's 14 seconds left. I mean, you know, yeah, if that would ended up being an interception, you could have maybe lost some points on the board. But at this point, it seemed like it was going to be a pretty low scoring game right before the half, 7-7. Now it ended up being 14-7. I really liked this video, though. I really like this highlight because, again, it just shows a different level of playing the quarterback position, not having just crazy arm strength, crazy athleticism, you know, having just all these athletes around you that make it so you look really good. And I do think that Miami has a lot of great receivers, but Carson Beck just did a great job of getting his playmakers the ball, not panicking in the critical situations, just being able to take care of the football really well. And that's why I think they ended up winning the game, and why I think Carson Beck is very underrated when it comes to one of the top quarterbacks in the country, at least in college football, because of how well he played in this game, which is, again, against one of the best defenses in the nation, or I think it'll prove to be one of the best defenses in the nation as we go. But they were the runner-up in the national championship last year. So, you know, obviously a lot of talented guys, a lot of talented players, and just performed at a very high level. So if you like the information, click that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, check out some of the things that we offer for quarterbacks if you're looking to improve your mechanics. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you soon.